What's up, everybody? Carlton T. Clay here with the beautiful and lovely Tamika Lampkin. And today we're going to start off things a little different with Carlton Says Live. We are honoring the legacies and lives of two great men that we lost this week.
That's right. First, we want to take a time out to pay homage to Stuart Scott. You know, he passed away. He was a sportscaster. Not only was he large in the sports world, but he was just a great man overall. He was a writer, a philanthropist, a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. He lost his battle with cancer, but he fought valiantly to the end. We just want to send our condolences to his family, especially his two daughters that will miss their father. If you have not checked out the last speech that he gave on the ESPY Awards earlier in 2014, check that out. He gave a great speech about just his life and what he wants to leave behind. And, you know, let it be some encouragement for you. Don't take today and think that tomorrow's promised. Live your day out every day.
Yeah, and definitely, he definitely was a fighter, and I think that's what's very important. It's important to me because, like I said, I'm a cancer survivor as well,
right.
And that hit home for me. You know, even though he lost the battle, but he really didn't lose the battle because he fought to the very end, and that's what life is about. He cherished life and he lived life to the fullest, and that's one of the big things that we can learn from his life and his legacy.
Right, that's so true. He's such an amazing person, and usually when someone's in the spotlight, you'll hear something negative about him, but we have not heard anything negative come out about him, you know, as a person, even as a coworker, even as a sports anchor. He's paved the way for so many people to be able to sit on that desk, even for us to be able to do what we're doing today. So, you know, just if you don't know who he is, just Google a little bit and figure out what he's done in the community.
Exactly. And also, too, let's continue to keep his family in our prayers as, you know, as they're mourning at this time. He was, you know, like he's going to be late to rest on Saturday in North Carolina. So definitely let's just keep the family in our prayers. And also, too, let's remember the life and legacy of Andrae Crouch. He's definitely one of the biggest gospel singers, writers, producers of ever.
Of our time.
Definitely.
Before our time.
Yeah, but definitely, and it's probably a lot of songs that he's written that you probably wouldn't even know that he wrote. So and I know I learned a lot, you know. So
I found out he had over 101 number one hit gospel songs. Who can say that they've done that in their lifetime?
Exactly.
So that's just amazing in itself.
Yes, definitely. So he's definitely leaving a legacy behind. So again, let's continue to keep his family in our prayers as they're mourning at this time. Right. Now, speaking of music, we're going to jump into a topic here. We're talking about hip hop. You know, hip hop is one of the big things in our culture and in our community. You know, there's been a lot of issue, a lot of stuff going on with Miss Iggy Azalea. A lot of people are kind of coming at her sideways, saying, you know, she should not be rapping, she shouldn't be winning these awards, she's not true hip hop. But somebody's come to her defense. That's right, it's my favorite rapper, Kendrick Lamar. Hip hop lyricist extraordinaire. He came to her defense saying, "Yo, let her do her thing. You know, God blessed her to be here at this point. Why are we stopping her from doing what she wants to do in life? What's the problem?" And I have to say, I agree. I mean, is she the best lyricist? Is she the best rapper? No, I'm not saying that. But I mean, I'm not gonna front. I was fancy for a minute.
Right.
We all was fancy. Let's not front.
Let's not act like we didn't dance to the tune in the car.
Exactly. Everybody was fancy for the summer, so don't do that. But my thing is this: like I said, let the girl eat. Let her do her thing. If she wants to be a rapper, let her do that. And I think it's so important that, you know, the time that we take trying to come at somebody, the time that we take, try to backbite and all that stuff, we could be putting that energy into our own thing.
Right,
what's your purpose? What do you want to do out of life? Right. You know what I'm saying? So I just think, let the girl make her music. If you don't like it, don't download it. I mean, I didn't buy her album. I didn't download her music. But I'm not hating either. Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and you know, there's the alleged rumors that T.I. wrote her stuff. And if he did, so what? You rocking to it?
Right.
I don't see what the big deal is. I don't know.
I really feel like they should cut her some slack. Like you said, you know, the way I look at it is, you say it's not true hip hop, but someone had to set a standard for it to be okay before she came along. We've been listening to, you know, music and all this stuff that has not been quote unquote true hip hop for a while now. So if you want to go back to the basics, it's a lot of rappers that you may idolize that are not real rappers, today, you know.
Right.
And it's certain things that we listen to and we just like it for the catchy beat or the catchy tone. Whatever it is that gets you going, whatever makes you happy, let her be great. She's not negative. She could be out here doing so much more negative things. You know, she's not on stage half naked, bending over, acting crazy and all these different things. And I feel like, you know, on the topic when a lot of people talk about Nicki Minaj and how, you know, she doesn't like her and stuff like that, I really feel like in those cases, you should just look at it like, I'm proud that she's looking up to me, because at some point she had to look up to someone.
Exactly.
And, you know, just be motivation for her. If people out here feel like she doesn't know how to rap, why don't you get in touch with her and try to teach her how to? Some people have to learn. Some people have to develop those skills. But I feel like she's a pretty good entertainer. I won't say rapper, but she's a good entertainer.
She got catchy songs too.
She has catchy songs.
Right.
She has great beats and she has great stage presence.
Exactly.
Just let her be great.
Exactly.
Just cut her some slack. If you don't want to listen to her, change the channel. You know, don't cut it off. Don't listen to it. But I've said this to Carlton on the sideline before. Let's stop being crabs in a barrel.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2015. It's the beginning of the year. Let's start thinking positively. Let's start trying to help people out instead of pulling them down. If we can just build each other up, then we would get somewhere faster, a lot quicker. You know, we get to where we need to be.
Agreed. Definitely agree. I definitely agree with that wholeheartedly. We're about to throw to our video because Brotha Trav Wright, he's back on KARLTON SAYS Live. And he's here to talk about his event he has coming up. It's called the Elementz 2, the Ultimate Hip Hop Experience. So we definitely are going to talk to him and see what his event is about and how you can come out and enjoy some real, true, authentic hip hop. But before we do that, we're going to throw to a video. Shot P. And we're going to do that. So y'all stay tuned.
Hey, Shot P.
Shot P was a guest on the very first KARLTON SAYS Live last year. So what's up, bruh? And we're going to throw to his video. And we'll be right back.
Payback! I'm mad to get down with my girlfriend. That ain't right. Whoa! Talking, hollering, cuss. You wanna fight? In the middle of the day now, hey, hey, I seem to think of only you. Hey, 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 yeah. Shot it, baby. Let's get it crackin' like your grandmama toes poppin' in the mold stockings. My lord to fix all them toe problems. You on the ball, I'm trying to globe trot 'em. That means globe hopping from here to where they speak old lot. Now I'm your problem, your nose dropping, there's no stopping. The one that even Danny DK saying he's show stopping. Can't hear rappers, so on these beats I choke the soul out 'em. Do 'em like drop a can of grab start poke a hole at 'em. Make 'em lean back, tell 'em don't worry, Fat Joe got 'em. Fake thugs claim they garden tools, bring the hole at 'em. Speaking of holes in this world, there's a whole lot. So when it comes to good girls, I rose and choke gold lot 'em. Let 'em go to Melrose and do some more shopping. Money sitting low and low till I'm flow right. These rappers making my city look like an old Gotham. Jesus is the head, that means Satan just like the blow bottom. Who bought them new J's? For sure you know your bro got 'em. I don't like to brag, but I copped them before the stove got 'em. Them 1-2 navy blue new obsidians. No ad-libs on the track, I just call it don't let the ditty in. Wanna be 50 trying to hit me with the mini-man. Destroy all of them cause I'm the modern day Gideon. I bet you don't know who that is though. Open up your Bible instead of listening to Cisco. Man, I've been on fire, no I never needed Crisco. I wish these other rappers would retire, catch a strip throat. Catch diarrhea with no Pepto-Bismol. Instead of serving the Father, you rather serve a dead goat. Yeah, it's cool to get the dough, no Bisco, but I would rather save me, you, her, and his soul. I said it once before, that's that kingdom business. Yeah, I know my God is good and I don't need a witness. R.I.P. I rip this, B.I.G. I spit this. I wish that all of these fake young G's would get this. See, Jesus Christ is the only one that'll die for you. Claiming they your boys when they none of them gonna ride for you. Stand in front of the judge, ain't none of them gonna lie for you. The most to do is bury you and pick a tie for you. So this day, choose whom you gon' serve. You can flip them birds or you can get this work. Oh Lord, oh Lord, you already know. This is
Living Legend.
Can nobody in this world tell me that I can't blow?
That was a great video by Scotty P. No, seriously, I really love his music. He's very inspirational, especially here in the CSRA. He's doing big things, and you know, we just thank him for letting us showcase his music.
Yes,
on the show.
always great. So now we're here with Brotha Trav Wright.
Yes, sir.
He's here with us, and I actually get to sit with him now because, like I said, I missed the whole situation. I want to again say thank you for stepping in for me when I was going.
Pleasure.
Y'all did a great job. Y'all was awesome. Not gonna come at you with the shade. That's cool.
The shade didn't come from me, did it?
That didn't come from you. Okay, for that one right there.
I say it was unintentional to happen.
Well, all right. Well, let's talk about your event that you have coming up. Actually, this Saturday, correct?
Yes.
It's actually tomorrow. And it is the Elementz 2, the ultimate hip hop experience. So, Brotha Trav, tell us about this event. Like, what made you want to do this?
Okay, so this is Elementz 2. Mm-hmm. Last year, actually, it was 2013 now because we did it the last time right before Christmas at Sky City. And what made me think of the whole concept was, for one, I kind of feel that hip hop is getting a bad rap.
Okay.
You get that?
Mm-hmm. I got it.
I got it. I was just waiting on Carlton.
Okay.
I was looking at Carlton, and I didn't want to throw any more shade. So
I got it. Okay.
All right.
Y'all, he's all about rap with a W, not with an R.
Don't do that.
Hip hop has been getting a bad rap. You know, those who may not be directly involved in hip hop, they're from the outside looking in, and they have a tendency to think, oh, hip hop all bad. You know, they have negative stereotypes because of the images of what they see today, what they see and hear surrounding hip hop. But I come from an era where hip hop started, and it was mostly positive. You know, it was a lot of fun, fun involved, and then it was lighthearted. And then there was hip hop that got serious, that dealt with socio-economic issues. But, you know, the violence and everything that you see surrounding hip hop, that somewhere evolved along the way. And so what I wanted to do was put on a showcase to show those people who didn't know. Okay. Because now I realize that we're looking at a whole different generation now. We're looking at my teenagers who are fans of hip hop, and maybe they didn't take the time out to do the history and find out about Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five and some of our pioneers. But this was a chance for me to be able to bring everybody together under one roof and show them the things that make up hip hop. Yeah. Which are called elements. Okay. Hip hop was developed upon four main elements or pillars, which make up hip hop. And you have, of course, what most people are familiar with is the rapping, which we call a rapper to be an MC. Okay. So you got the MC, you got the DJ. And so the DJ, now most people would call him a producer, but he's a DJ. Okay. And he's also skilled usually at what they call cutting and scratching and mixing and blending and these type of things. So what we're going to have at the Elementz show is a live showcase. I've got 4 DJs booked. Wow. And they're going to be doing rap battle, you know, scratch, and all the same time. 2 of them on the stage at a time, going head to head up against each other. Sure. Right.
You've never seen a scratch battle? Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, and a lot of people hadn't witnessed a lot of this stuff.
It's
so
really good.
This is right. And then the highlight of the night, which everybody enjoys, is the breakdancing. That's the fun part. Okay. When I was like 15, 16 years old, I was a breakdancer.
I'm about to ask you, are you going to break dance tomorrow?
You know what? I've been practicing. Anybody want to battle me? Step to me. Anybody want to battle? Step to me. Serious with it. You know what I'm saying? So serious. But the breakdancers, they take the show. We're highlighting Mixed Motions Dance Crew for the 2nd year in a row. They're a local hip hop breakdance group. talented, but they've been doing it for a very, very long time.
Okay.
So now we've tackled 3 elements of hip hop, and then the 4th element is graffiti art.
Okay.
Last year we had a graffiti artist come all the way in from Atlanta. He did a live exhibition out on the sidewalk with the spray paint cans and everything. This year we're not going to do it live, but his artwork that he did last year will be on display.
Okay.
Right. So those are the elements, and that's
Okay.
the name of the show.
Awesome.
That sounds fun.
That sounds really good. Now,
It's going to be a blast.
for those who want to come check out the elements, how could where, how much? Give us all that. Break all that down for us.
Okay, the details. This show is going to take place on tomorrow, which is Saturday, January 10th. It's going to take place at Sky City, which is downtown on Broad Street, right next to Mellow Mushroom.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know where Sky City is, but
It's,
if you can find Mellow
yeah,
Mushroom.
I was about to say it's right like when you cross the little street, right? No, it's right on the other side, right beside
Other side of what? Mellow Mushroom.
I'm trying to think, because you know
It's
when
right
people
next
go
door.
into Mellow Mushroom, they're going from that side street.
They could.
Yeah,
You know, it's got.
that's what the parking is.
Right.
Right.
So it's actually facing Broad Street.
Yeah.
Right, facing.
So
Broad Street.
it's next door to each other.
Right, they are next door to each other. But you go there and you won't be able to miss it. The doors open at 9 p.m. Showtime, the very first act, hits the stage at 10 p.m.
Okay.
Now, what we're doing, I also forgot to let you know about the rappers. The rappers that get on the stage, what they're going to be doing is they're going to be paying homage to some of the hip-hop greats. So they got to get on the stage, actually, and they got to represent and do a cover song from one of these old greats. So last year we had Joe Nice and Sean Hemp. They did Run DMC.
Oh, cool.
We had Chad, CJ James, and what he did was he did a Heavy D song.
Okay.
And he went out and purchased a fat suit. So he's wobbling around the stage and he's doing this Heavy D thing.
Yeah.
So these artists, they go way out for this event, man. And I just encourage everybody to be there. Try not to be prejudiced or have some type of stigma in your head before you go. Just be prepared to have fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, this is awesome. Again, as we always are talking, definitely it's important to come out and support. That's the big thing that we like to emphasize here. So definitely come out. Go Elements 2, the ultimate hip hop experience is something you're not gonna want to miss. So if you got the time, is it? Oh,
$5.
But actually, how much is it? $5.
Only $5. That's practically free.
But to emphasize, it's not free. So make sure you come out $5. Make sure you have that $5 with you, because we're not trying to do the homeboy discount. So
Gas is on an all-time low. Y'all can pay $5.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Also, real quick, if you can get 30 seconds here.
Got you.
30 seconds. One of the breakdancers, actually, he's the leader of the mixed motion breakdance crew. He took ill a couple of months ago. Spent a month or so in the hospital. Almost lost his life. But he fought, and God helped him make it through. So he was just released from the hospital just a couple weeks ago. We're praying that he'll be able to be in attendance with us and at least watch. But I know personally, from when you come out of the hospital, now you got all these medical bills and prescriptions and all this stuff. So it could be quite overwhelming, the financial thing. And so what we want to do is we want to do a little pass the hat around and see if we can show my man Edric, Kid Sonic, some love.
Okay.
Love you, my brother.
I love that. That's
so powerful.
Now that's community.
It is.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
That's positive.
That's it.
That's what we
right
strive
there.
for.
Exactly. So, Brotha Trav, thank you so much for stopping in and telling us about your event. Thank you for being a part of everything we got going on today. We're gonna throw it to another video, and then we'll be right back after this. So make sure y'all stay tuned.
Just a young nigga on the come up, tryna get my money right, so I hustle to the sun up. Now I'm running to the bank with my hands in my pockets. Never lose grip with my hands on the pocket. I'm a boss with a plan, you can stop it. It's already there that I'm here to have a problem. I'm riding top down stars in the distance. Strive for perfection, but money is the mission. Hustle on my mind and I dream with persistence till they come true, till my dreams to fruition. A wise man told me and listen, so I had to shoulder through a blind man's vision. Had to make it better, these metaphors I be spitting. The style shit I be thinking while the 808's hitting. I got my mind on a million. Silly if you don't feel me, I'm someone that you should feel. Now you don't really want a problem, my crew stay thick, like my first name Rob, and we rhyme one. So I spit it till my tongue numb, and now I'm in the top spot, number one. You know I will not lose, running to the finish with the without shoes. Sleeping on me, well you bet not snooze. I'm the king of the shit, so the sword I choose. A weapon that I'll choose will be the pen. Killing these dudes, murder is a sin, but I gotta do it to survive in the jungle. Where you 100 or 100, I keep it 100. The top I want it, too sick for your dude, you cannot stomach. Like a porn star, so I keep on coming. A millionaire dreaming for slumdog money.
Okay, guys, that was Danny Blaze, and that was his video. Y'all seen it before, Slumdog Money. I think I'm saying it right. But Danny Blaze, actually, he will be here probably next month to talk about his new project that he's working on. He's working really hard. I actually texted him like not too long ago, and I said, yo, what's up, bro? How's everything going? He's got a lot of stuff in the pipeline, so he's definitely doing it big. But like I said, today for me, it was about throwing stuff back as far as like, you know, we played Shot at Peace video, and we saw Danny Blaze's video of The Real. Host Tamera Mari, wasn't that a good segue? That was hot. Tamera Mari Hosley, she, for those of you who do not know, she's actually pregnant with her second child. But she released on Instagram that she is actually having a girl. A girl, yeah. So they are having a girl, her and her husband Adam Hosley. They're having a baby girl, so this is great news. I'm excited because I've been a fan. I know a lot of you been fans of Sister. Like y'all know Tia Tamera Mari, right. and I've watched them from from that to where they are now. Right. You know, I was a kid watching that, so now that we're all adults, it's just great to see how she's grown and she's as a woman. And I'm a dude, but I'm inspired by just her life because her and her sister Tia, they've always had a standard. Yes. And that's what I love about them. Is like, I'm not saying that they were perfect, but what I love about them is they had a standard and they kept it real, but they stayed true to who they were. Right. They didn't really give in to the pressures of being a child star or trying to be the next hot thing or next big thing, you know what I'm saying? But they definitely just stayed true to who they are.
They're very professional.
And they're very professional.
I must say that they're very professional, and I'm really excited for her as well because she never gave in. If you ever watched the reality show, her sister would say, hey, you should try for this and you should try for that. She said, no, I want to be a mom, I want to have a family, and if something falls into place within that, then it'll fall into place. So, God has really blessed her to be able to do what she loves to do, to be on TV, to reach out to people still, and she's such a beautiful person. I'm really excited for her.
I'm really excited for her, yeah. I love Tia because Tia has a grind. What I love about Tia too. Like I said, even though Tia is like Tia's the worker, she loves her family, but she's like the real worker. She's like the hustler. She's the hustler, and then Tamera's like the family. I was
just about to say she's like the I don't know. She's the nurturer.
Exactly, right. But Tia's doing great things. Season 3 of they're actually taping season 3 of Instant Mom right now, or it's on air right now. But I just know Instant Mom is doing good on Nickelodeon.
It's a really cute show.
It's really good. I watched it, and of course, anything Tia and Tamera do, I'm gonna watch because I'm a big fan. But I love Instant Mom, and Tia's doing some great things. But for those of you who do not know, Tia was on The Game. She played Melody Barnett. Her and Pootal, they were the couple of the show.
Med School.
There was Med School and Ding Dong and everything. Yeah. So they were actually the nucleus of the show. Right. The first 3 seasons was on the CW. Then they got canceled on the CW. Then they moved to BET for season 4, and then they've been on BET ever since. Right. And however, after season 5, both Pooch and Tia made the decision that they no longer want to be on the show. Here's the tea though back, this is allegedly that, Tia, they were going to reduce Tia and Pooch to recurring characters. Right. They were going to reduce their roles just to kind of, I guess, save money. And they didn't really want to pay Tia the money that she was due.
And she deserved because they built that show. The show was built around them.
Not even that. Tia has paid her dues.
She has paid her dues. If anybody should get reduced, it should not be her, and it should not be Wendy Raquel Robinson, because those 2 women, out of everybody on that show, I must say we grew up with. We watched them on TV. They really, really, really paid their dues. Right. So I don't think that was right.
Right. So and Tia had to do what she had to do for her and her family and her career. So she decided not to return for season 6. Pooch made a special appearance on the first episode of season 6 just to wrap up the storyline. Right.
He peaced out.
But then he peaced out. But now he's on Ray Donovan on Showtime, which is actually a really good show.
a really good show.
Ray
I like
Donovan
that
is great.
show.
It's great.
And
So
I'm proud of them because they stood their guns and they got something else. You know, some people are like, what do I do next? They kept it moving.
They kept it moving.
So, yeah.
Exactly. That's what you got to do in life. When life throws you lemons, you keep it moving to make that lemonade. Lemonade. Rest in peace. They gone.
R.I.P. to the group.
But the reason why I said and brought the Tia up, because a lot of you guys know that the game is actually about to come to an end. Speaking of R.I.P., but the game is about to come to an end. They're actually, season 8 starts next week, and then they already have to take season 9, and I don't know when that'll air, but a lot of people have been wondering, are we going to see Melanie and Derwin? Like, a lot of people have been putting on Facebook, on Twitter, they're like, yo, come back, we want to see you guys. And I'm not going to front, because as a writer, I know that Melanie and Derwin were the central of the show. The show spun off from Girlfriends. Melanie is the cousin of Joan, so that's how the game started. And I'm like, it will only be right if Melanie and Derwin are at least on the last episode of season 9. But guess what? It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
It's definitely not gonna happen. Tia talked on it. She actually spoke out on Instagram, and she was thanking her fans for loving her and appreciating her and loving the characters of Melanie and Derwin. But she broke the news that she would not be appearing on the game, her or Pooch Hall.
I don't blame them.
Why don't you blame them?
Because here's the thing, even though they may feel like they owe the fans something because the fans made the show and all that great stuff.
And the fans did bring the show back.
I wouldn't give them any more ratings after they tried to minimize and diminish my character like that. After I'm pretty sure they gave up movies and different types of roles to do this show, you know, in the early stages. And a lot of people didn't pay attention to the game until it was canceled.
Right, that's
so
true.
They gave up a lot of their years of working, of acting, of movies, of scripts, of everything, like she said before, to do this show. And now all of a sudden you want me to come back? I'm not going to give you ratings and give you all this money for your last little big hit. No, I don't blame her. I think that she did it in a very, very, very classy way. They always have been. We said the sisters have always been that way. She thanked her fans, like you said, but she said she's not coming back. I don't see anything wrong with that. If y'all want to see Melanie and Derwin, y'all want to see Mad Schoolgirl Melanie,
watch the whole episode.
Watch the whole episode. They played on the CWTV1. Watch all episodes.
I feel you on that. Just on a real business level, I do feel you on that. I agree. But on a
so you salty.
on a watcher's no, I'm not salty with Tia and Bruce. Never. No, not salty with them. Y'all made a decision. I'm happy about that.
Right.
But on a viewer level, I just don't understand. To me, honestly, when Pooch and Tia decided we're not coming back, that should have been a wrap. That's just my honest opinion. Nothing against Lauren London, nothing against Jay Ellis.
Lauren London. I feel like they're trying to be the new.
They're trying to make them the Melanie and Derwin of the show, and it's not working. And like I said, nothing against them or anything, but I just kind of feel like, yo, you know, when they decided, hey, I'm not coming back, we should just be like, yo,
all right,
that's a wrap.
That's a wrap for the show.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, because it's hard to, when you take the nucleus out, it's hard to continue living.
Right.
You know
I mean, their storyline was just too powerful.
Agreed.
Even when they had the baby and the baby mama and how they dealt with things, I felt like once that storyline was gone, it's like,
yeah, you know,
everything else worked around them.
Yeah, I agree. And like I said, they brought Kelly Pitts back for which I enjoyed because I love Kelly Pitts. Was actually my favorite character, which was great.
And it's good to see her because
she had cancer. She had cancer and she survived that, so that's awesome. Brittany Daniels, shout out to her.
For real.
So that's a really good thing, you know. And like I said, it's good seeing Kelly Pitts back on the screen, but it's just you're still missing.
Right, you can't bring her back after 3 seasons though. Like the last time we saw her and Jason was in that courtroom.
No, last time I saw she was on season 4 when she left. She left Brittany. Remember, she had the little short haircut and she danced with Fabulous.
She showed.
Yeah, she left.
Okay. I caught that episode.
That's when you stopped watching.
Yeah.
Okay, this is be honest. This is be real.
It's gonna be real.
This is be honest.
Last time I saw her, she was in the courtroom. Anybody else? Anybody else feel me on that? You don't remember.
But yeah, I mean, it's good seeing Kelly Pitts, you know, and you know, but it's just. And what another mistake they tried to do was make Tasha Mack and Malik the center characters, and that definitely wasn't gonna work because they can't carry no show. Sorry, love Wendy Raquel Robinson.
Yeah, but
yeah,
I mean,
character.
She was good as a story around.
She's a good supporting character,
right? But she's not
the main. Tasha Mack got started getting on my nerves.
Malik was just too much of a mess, and then y'all gonna let her be pregnant? Really? Y'all gonna let her baby? Y'all gave her a baby.
Let's
out of all the characters they could have had a baby.
Let's move on. Let's move on to another show that definitely started making some waves. It premiered on Wednesday, Empire, And now that stars Taraji P. Henson and Terrence Howard and Malik Yoba. Did y'all see him?
Yes.
He stars on the show too.
What?
So it's definitely a lot of big hitters on this show. And then if you watch like the preview like of the season, it's some more. Cuba Gooding Jr. is gonna be on the show.
It's some next commercial. I was like, y'all got some big hits.
They got some big hits.
For real.
It's a good show. Basically, it comes on Wednesday nights on Fox, and it's about Lucius Lyon, and he has this. It's called Empire, the record company, and basically he's getting ready to leave his legacy to one of his sons. He has 3 sons. I don't really know their names right now.
We don't know them, but there's 3 of them. 2 of them can sing. Oh well, one can sing, and one is the business.
Right, he works for he works for the company. But the father made the announcement that the company's going public, and he was like, "I'm going to leave this legacy with one of my sons." And so basically, kind of a competition of who's going to be the one to take over Empire. And also a backstory. One of the sons, the guy, he's Journey Smollett's brother. I think his name is Jesse. He plays I can't think his name, but he plays the gay one, the gay brother.
Right.
So he had,
y'all. If y'all seen the show, can't this man sing?
He is a great
voice.
voice.
They are so talented on this show.
I love
the way it opened up.
It's a really good show. I loved it.
Who was the young lady that was singing in the beginning? If y'all know, please email me and let me know, because
she has a beautiful voice.
She has a very beautiful voice. Yeah. She really does, and I wish they would have told us a little bit more about her. Hopefully they bring her back, because she does have a great voice. Yeah,
and then also to add to it, Taraji P. Henson, she plays Cookie.
Yes,
and she was the former wife of Lucius, who's played by Terrence Howard. She gets out of jail, and then she comes back. She says, "I want what's mine. I want this. I want half of this company."
Straight, no chaser.
Exactly. She came in, and she just like, "Yo, I want it," and then she ended up getting it.
She got exactly what she wanted and what she deserved.
And so basically, what's going on is like she has the Smollett character. She has him.
She has the singer.
She has the singer, and then Terrence Howard has the rapper.
The rapper.
So it's like they're going head to head of who's gonna, because both of the sons are making albums at the same time.
And I feel like the sons really depend on each other.
Exactly.
Like they carry each other and they're with each other, and I feel like it's about to be a separation.
Yeah.
And the singer, if you've seen it, really has like the talent. So he's like helping the brother out.
Exactly.
So Daddy gonna find out real soon. Rapper don't have no talent without singer. Just saying.
Yeah, because another story too with it is that the Lucius character, they know that their son is gay, but Lucius is not accepting of that. He's like, "Yo, you need to get your life and get it together."
And he's basically telling him you can't run a company being homosexual.
Exactly. So it's definitely a great show.
And it's hitting a lot of issues because Terrence Howard has ALS.
He does. We find that out at the end.
Ice bucket, y'all. If y'all don't remember the ice bucket thing, remember we put the ice on our head, to help people with ALS.
They put the ice on their head. I ain't doing it.
She didn't either. But you get what we're saying. So it's just bringing a lot of recent issues into play, and I really love that when you can just hit the issues head on.
Yeah, it's definitely a great show. I'm not gonna front. I really wanted to not like it because I'm not a Terrence Howard fan. So I was like, I really don't want to like this show because he's starring in it. But when I watched, I was like, okay.
He shocked me though because he's not the same. You know how some people play kind of like the same character.
Part,
He's nothing like the Best Man or any other character that he's played before. It's really, really good.
Yeah, it's definitely a good show. Now the big controversy with Empire was 50 Cent before the show premiered. 50 Cent went in and was talking about on Instagram and Twitter, talking about how Empire is nothing but a ripoff of his show Power, which comes on Stars. Okay, I almost forgot. It comes on Stars. And Power is another great show because I watched that too, and that's about that stars Amari Hardwick. For those of y'all who don't know who he is, he used to be on Being Mary Jane, but he's now on Power, and basically he has a club.
Wait, pause. Pause.
Yes.
Pause. He used to, as in he ain't coming back to Mary Jane?
That's what I said, right? Yeah.
Carlton T. Clay.
What?
When did we announce this to the people?
Have you seen this? Have you seen him in any of the promos of Being Mary Jane?
But I thought that maybe you know how y'all, be with me. You know how sometimes actors or actresses work on movies and, different projects so you won't see them for a couple of episodes?
They haven't. Y'all don't think he's going to be on season 2, boo?
Ooh, Kermit the Frog me. He not going to be there at all?
No, unless he make a special appearance.
Nobody
But it makes sense because Mary Jane's no longer with his character. So what would he do?
Try to get her back.
She's over it.
I need somebody equally fine to be on this show this season, y'all.
We're getting off topic, but the point is that Power is about Amari's character. He owns a club, but he also used to run the drug game. He still runs it, and he's trying to be clean, but his partner wants him to be dirty, and it's kind of like he's going battling in that world. Well, the point is 50 Cent was saying the Empire is basically a rip-off version of Power, and he kind of went in saying he likes Terrence Howard and Taraji P. Henson, but he was saying Empire ain't nothing but my show Power. And I'm about to say I heavily disagree. Two different shows. And then you can't have a monopoly on the subject line. Like who does that? Because you can at the end of the day, if you want to go there, you could say Power is nothing but a ripoff of The Wire.
If you really want to go there, you can say all these TV shows is nothing but a ripoff of urban novels, because I am a big reader of urban novels, and Empire. It sounds like an urban novel. I'm not going to say the name. I don't know the rules on that. But let's just say this. I read a lot of urban novels, and I read a lot of things, with like rappers and actors and drug dealers and, The Wire and all these things. A lot of these things are placed in the same, I'm serious, like the same storyline. So if you really want to say that, let's just go back to reading the book. Yeah. And then you'll know where it really started. I just feel like let them eat. 50 Cent, you're eating.
Right.
Let them eat. They're very talented.
It just goes back to the whole Iggy situation. It's kind of like let people do them.
If we can stop being crabs in a barrel and put each other down. If we can just stop for one moment.
For real.
And boost each other up and come together and say, hey, watch my show. And my show come on a different day and a different time, so watch this show when you ain't watching my show.
Empire and Power not even on at the same time. Like Empire's on right now. Power don't come on till like in the summer. And then when you're not watching it, watch Scandal. And if you're not watching it, watch this. Let's build each other. Let's stop tearing each other down. This is what it's really about. That's what it really got to come back to. You want to talk about saving our lives? We got to start somewhere with everything. Stop being crabs in a barrel, because y'all want to, impress people that could care less, as long as you got money coming in, when you should really be building each other up. Maybe you'll get a little further. I agree. I absolutely agree with that. You could have said that more better. I know more better is not a phrase, but
more besties.
Yeah. But that's for real, and I agree with that. So I just feel like 50, fall back.
Yeah.
Just a little bit,
He's so aggressive with everything. I will say this. I really admire his hustle and his grind.
He has a great hustle. You can't deny that. Can't deny that.
He has a great hustle. This man stopped making rap music and became a billionaire off of it. And on syndicated networks, like Fox and ABC
that's
and
a big
CNN.
Thing.
This is a big thing, because you're not just seeing it on BET and MTV and VH1. You're seeing it on major networks that are paying major money to put these people on TV.
Mm-hmm. Definitely a good look.
And you want to complain about not seeing us, you see us.
Yeah, all right. So let's just all work together. At the end of the day, let's all work together locally and nationally. Does it?
Right.
It's the same thing. It's the same issues, with this whole situation. And it's also the same issues here in our own very home. Let's all support each other.
I agree.
And let's stop, like you said, stop being crabs in a barrel. No more crab mentality.
Stop being a crab for 2015.
Stop it.
Seriously.
And on that note, we're going to stop it, because it's time for us to go. And we thank you so much for staying with us and just basically being patient. Please be patient with us again. We're definitely going to work these kinks out, and we're definitely going to continue to grow and build in 2015. We have so many great things coming down the pipeline. We're so excited about all the great things that's going to happen this year. Thank you to Terrence. I know he's frustrated. I know how my man is. He's probably going to have a little speech with us when we close out. So, yeah. But thank y'all so much, and we'll see y'all next week.